Hello and welcome to Mild's Culture Plate, where I am going to give you a spoiler free review of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. There's not a lot to say. It was a pretty good family friendly film. I don't really know how else to describe the movie, but I'm going to give it my best shot here. So, if you've seen the first film, you already kind of know what to expect. The writing on the second film, the plot, is pretty much more of the same. They found an interesting way to continue the story and introduce new characters. It does seem like some of the characters may have been a little ham fisted, but in a family movie, in a kids movie, in a cartoony type movie with slapstick humor, you know, it's not a bad thing to, it doesn't. How do I explain this? You don't it doesn't take anything away from the film because you're already in an absurd universe. So therefore, you don't have to suspend disbelief in order to believe that these crazy things are going to happen. Um, so that's my only real criticism of the film. It ham-fists those characters in, but that's actually a pretty good thing for what it is. I mean, for that to be the only downside, if you're, one criticism I had of the first film was that, I've never been a real big fan of James Marsden or Jim Carrey, but for what it's worth, both of those actors have done a pretty good job in this franchise. And they have continued to do a pretty good job in this franchise for what it is. And so, I have a lot of appreciation for the way they've treated their fans. I have a lot of appreciation for the hard work that's gone into these movies and making them what they are. And the second one just, continues to roll right, where the first one left off. So if you're into some of the thematics of the Sonic the Hedgehog video games, they definitely try to bring some of that in. And there's definitely some of the settings that you've seen in some of the Sonic the Hedgehog games. Again, I'm not going to give spoilers, but you're going to see some interesting things that might look familiar from the video games. But overall, hey, I give it 7 out of 10. I can't complain. The movie kept me entertained. It kept me watching for the next thing to happen. And, when the plot climaxed towards the end, even if I knew some of what to expect from some of the video games I've played, it was fan service, really. They were showing you things that you knew and loved. But again, I'm not going to get too deep into that. I'm not going to get spoilery with it. Just, you don't know what to expect until you see it, and then you're like, aha. So, be pleasantly surprised. Enjoy the movie. If you have children, definitely, you know, plop them in front of it and watch the movie. It's pretty good. So, I've had a pretty good week so far with seeing films, and, between Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Top Gun, I've been rather entertained. And, I'm pleased to see that these two franchises have really looked out for their fans, and so, my hat's off to Paramount. I don't always agree with everything Paramount does. And, I'm not a big fan of some of the things that are on the Paramount network, but this Sonic the Hedgehog 2, it's on Paramount Plus right now. It's also still in some theaters, and I'm pretty sure that it's available for download. So if you do the digital ownership stuff, you can look into that. Um, it's a recommend. I recommend the film, especially if you've seen the first one. I mean, the second film has enough continuation from the first film that, you know, you might get a little lost if you haven't seen the first one, but, you know, this is a new plot. This is a new story. And I think even if you haven't seen the first movie, you can give this one a try. But, it's also, if I remember right, the first film is also on Paramount Plus, and I think it's also on Amazon Prime. So, if you haven't seen the first one, you have a couple options there where you can see it for little to no money, or if you're already a subscriber to either of those services, you can take a peek at the first movie. But definitely give the second movie a shot. You know, like I said, plop your kids in front of it. They'll have a blast. I remember seeing some films like this when I was younger. I really appreciated the film being childlike enough, but not talking down to me. And there are definitely some more adult themes in this movie than the last one, but I wouldn't call them adult geared themes. They're just more, couple jokes that adults might appreciate more than the youngsters who may not understand. But you know, give it a check out. Recommend 7 out of 10. So, you know, if you disagree with my review, feel free to comment below and let me know what you disagree with. And, you know, if you have something to rant at me about, leave a comment below about that as well. If you have any ideas for future videos, leave a comment about that as well. If you rather enjoyed this review or any of my other videos, feel free to share them with others. Feel free to subscribe to this channel. Click that like button if you appreciated this content, and click the bell for notifications for when my next video will be coming out. I think my next video might be a return to a previous video where I talked about some of the lawyers involved in the Johnny Depp trial, and the concepts of empathy and karma as it related to some of the attorneys in the Johnny Depp trial. And since the end of the trial, since the verdict was read, there have been several news stories and appearances that have made me re-examine some of my thoughts about that. So, be looking forward to that in the next coming few days, and grab yourself some rings and some Chaos Emeralds and your best furry buddies and watch some Sonic the Hedgehog in the meantime. I'll catch you then. Take care, everybody. Bye.